have the star Sirius. The star Sirius. Now the star Sirius is the sun behind the sun. Mae Blavatsky, in her book Secret Doctrines, Volume 2, said if we're going to look for heaven, as well as what the Egyptians told them, or the Kemites told them, if we're going to look for heaven, we would have to say that it would be the place that is almost 16 times greater than our sun. Our sun being how many times greater, we estimate, than the earth? 1,000,000 times greater. Now, I don't think it's that much. We burn up around here. Had to check that. Anyway, it's called the sun behind the sun. And also, by it becoming or being called the sun behind the sun, what it is that we have a sun. And our sun rotates around Sirius. It takes it 26,000 years to complete that orbit. Now, one thing about this Sirius was known in the ancient world as the great provider. What Sirius would do in the summer solstice months, it would come down, it would rise at the horizon, and it would flood the Nile Valley. The Nile Valley would vegetate Africa, which is the origin of, we would say, the origin of Western civilization as well as African civilization and the origin of agriculture. It would cultivate the Nile Valley, they would grow the food, and they would build a civilization based on the magnitude of what we would say the magnitude of vegetation, or we would say agriculture. So this is the great provider to earth. Now, one thing about the Dogon tribes, they told the white boys, they say, listen, there's a smaller star, Sirius B, and Sirius B rotates or wobbles around Sirius A. One thing about Sirius B is no human eye can pick this thing up. The white boys had to later develop a telescope to find out about Sirius B. They say, well, wait a minute, how did this primitive tribe understand this type of information? Then they say, hey, we think some French travelers or some white boys gave it to them. You get Carl Sagan and his old fool behind it. Say that they gave it to him, saying that there's no way that this tribe, which is a derogatory term, could even have this type of information. But the fact of the matter is, when we see that vast land we call Kemet or Africa, Egypt as you know it, and we marvel at the greatness, you best believe when they went, they left custodians of the secret knowledge right there on the continent of Africa. Now the funny thing about this, it is not so much of the science. They say, okay, Africa has been baffling us for years with the greatness, but it's the mythology, it's the fame.